So I had asked for our interns to put together. I had asked for our interns to put together a 4-week workout program for this idea that I had. Well, I stole it from Jen Sinkler. She does this neighborhood workout group literally in her neighborhood in Philadelphia. And I thought it was pretty neat, and I thought it might be something that we could do here at SAPT just to reach out to the community, reach out to the businesses around us, and maybe get in some people to introduce, what we do to them who would not, otherwise meet us. So the sort of assignment was, and we have two interns that are doing this. The assignment was to write a 4-week training wave for 2 days a week, and understanding that this is being written for a population of people who are probably not exercisers, probably have no formal experience with exercise, or have not had any experience in a very long time. The businesses surrounding us tend to be service businesses, meaning there's like coffee shops and restaurants. We have car repair places, the chimney service, across from us. So those are going to be the types of people that we're reaching out to. We may also run into some people with some health problems. So understanding that that's who we're going to be reaching was what I communicated. And the other part of the assignment was that this needs to be a foolproof exercise plan. Okay, and foolproof meaning that because we are getting so many people who I expect to be from so many different backgrounds and different kind of health situations, physical starting points, it needs to be foolproof in that it has to be scalable, and we really can't have people coming in and injure themselves. We can't have people come in and have to be coached really, really intensely to get the technique right. So that's going to sort of dictate what the exercises are that we choose. The other thing I said was this is going to be free, so we want to make it essentially as easy on ourselves as possible, but also like the best that we can give who we're sort of targeting and hoping to get in. So I said, let's spend first 10 or so minutes, 10 to 15 minutes warming up, like a nice long warm up. Only plan for about 30 minutes of workout, and then give them plenty of time for cool down, or if people are here, because we'll be doing this during lunch, if people are here during their lunch break, then they've got plenty of time to kind of get in and out. So that was the criteria. And now we're going to take a look at the two programs. So here's the first one. And you can see here we've got week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. Day 1, day 2, okay, as we go week by week. Okay, I keep getting phone calls. So we can check out in here, we've got the warm-up, 2 sets of 8, cat camel bridges, 90-90 drill, jumping jacks. My first question is, I assume this is 90-90 breathing drill. Why would we put that buried in the middle there? Normally, you're going to lead off with a 90-90 breathing drill. Also, my other note is that we've got the same things on both days. We should vary that. And then lastly, I just don't think this is adequate for a warm-up with the time range that I was looking for. 2 sets of 8 of these, and then it also is not progressing over the weeks. So at least we should be doing more since it's so simple. Now, if we look in here at the exercise pairings, what I like about this is that it's definitely going to be pretty short and to the point. So I think we're able to get this done in the 30-minute block that I was hoping for without too much trouble. And then let's see what we got here. Wall sits with lat pull down or pull-ups. Okay, we're going 4 sets of 6 each with a 5-second hold on the wall sits. I would sort of question the 4x6 for a lat pull down. I think the argument could be made that we're teaching and we don't want too much volume and we're just trying to go for simplicity there, but I would choose something with a little higher repetition volume. Push-ups and pull-throughs. I think push-ups a great choice. What I would like to see here is some breakouts for how we're going to regress these things, because we may get a couple men who are doing them well, and then everybody else will be doing them very poorly. Pull-throughs, 3 sets of 5, that's not enough. Pull-through is a fairly foolproof exercise, especially when you do them with bands. And what we're trying to do there is burn in the hip hinge pattern. So you really need a lot more volume there, because only 3 sets of 5, I'm not sure. I think we could get some more in to start with. Let's see here. Then we've got same warm-up. So again, I would want to see some variety here. We've got wall sits again, which I think is all right. Okay. This may be, so here we've got, so this is where the difference between, what you read about in a textbook and what actually works comes to light. So on day 1 of week 1, we've got 4x6 at 5-second hold. That will be hard. Okay. And then a couple days later, for that same exercise, it's 3 sets of 10 with a 6-second hold. So not only are you adding 4 more reps and, about 30 more seconds of work. So we're starting with 30 seconds of hold time here, and we're basically doubling that by the second day. That will be too much. Lat pull down. Okay, now we've got the higher volume, which I like. I think what he's trying to go for here is maybe a repetition day versus like a heavier day. Push-ups, pull-throughs, so we're trying to teach here, I'm assuming. Chest-supported row, and then plank. Okay. All right, now if we go into the next week, so now we're moving to RDL, bench press, chest-supported row, okay, farmer's carries. That's a big jump for me. All right, so I see what's happening here. So week by week, the program changes completely, and then day 1 is the same as day 2. I never program this way personally. I would be interested in knowing what the thought process is here. Yeah, so it's exactly the same each day for the week. I assume, just again, like I was saying, maybe there's more of a strength of emphasis and then a repetition emphasis. Pairing an RDL and a bench press for newbies, probably not desirable. You again have to think about how are you going to coach those things. 2 extremely technical exercises that need that coaching if we're going to stay safe. Farmer's carries, now that is a foolproof exercise. Okay, hard to mess that one up. Let's see, yeah. We move on to week 3, so we've got bodyweight squats. Bodyweight squats to me are quite a bit easier than the wall sits we did week 1. So why on earth would we be doing them bodyweight at this point, especially if we've progressed to an RDL, which I assume is with weight? That doesn't make much sense to me. We've got a chest-supported row, 4 sets of 8 compared to that 5x6. That's an interesting progression week to week. More bench press, 3 sets of 6 when we did 4x5 the week before. All right, we go down here. Okay, so we had, 3x6 up here and then 4x5. I mean, this is just a set rep scheme I've really never seen before, in terms of I can't figure out what the progression is here and what we're looking for at this point. And then let's get to week 4. So we've got the goblet squat with push-ups, chest-supported row with RDL. Just interesting choices, interesting placement here. I would imagine that the RDL is probably going to be more of the primary lift, where the goblet squat would be an accessory on this particular day. And then we've got the lat pull down and pull-ups, which we skipped. So, it's interesting as well. We've got lat pull down and pull-ups on week 1, week 2, and then we don't do them on week 3. and then we put them back in for week 4. So, you know, I'm just not sure about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our other interns' suggested workout. And this one really blew me out of the water. It really did. So our warm-up, cross-body toe touches, monster walks, jumping jacks, and then rest. We'll do that 3 times through. That's already setting my mind up for that. This is a fairly aggressive a workout that we're about to have. Let's see what day 2 is. We've got arm swings, monster walks, standing lunges, and then rest. Okay. Again, like this is incomplete to me. I'm not sure why we're doing rounds of warm-up stuff. You can get so much done and need to get so much done within that warm-up. That's one of the great advantages is you can pack in, you know, like 8 different movements, 15 different movements instead of repeating something 3 times, because that says that we've already started the workout and we're not really warming up. All right, so we've got series A, B, and C with a cool down. A, B, and C for the workout. So standing lunges, standing crunches, which I think will be band crunches, side squats, and rest. 4 rounds of this. Okay. So I haven't figured out the time, but 4 rounds of this for people who have never exercised, which is, again, what we're assuming, and that's what I asked them to plan for. This will kill them right there. People will be dropping out at that point. Probably after the 2nd round, during that 3rd round, you will have people who cannot complete the rest of that series. Now we go to Series B, and just please remember that I asked for foolproof exercises, so these would be technically simple exercises, things that you can't screw up, things that people, it's really hard for them to kind of like get hurt on, because we want this to be a great experience for them, and we want it to be reasonably easy for us to implement. So we've got overhead press, extremely technical, okay, kettlebell swings, extremely technical and extremely easy to hurt yourself on. Most people don't know how to hip hinge, so I just don't know how on earth you are going to, you know, get 5 to 15 brand new people to do a kettlebell swing properly. And not only that, but we're going 4 sets of 20 on this. You can also take note that the Series B, this is a series, okay, so we're going from one to the next, and he's not noted any rest time between exercises, so I'm assuming there's none. So we go from overhead press to kettlebell swings to kettlebell curls, I guess bicep curls, to a kettlebell tricep extension. I mean, these people will be thanking God that he put in the kettlebell curls and the tricep extension, because otherwise, like, you know, they're going to need all that time to hopefully recover for that next set of 20 kettlebell swings. Again, you know, I don't know. Maybe they make it through this. It's going to look like garbage. You're going to have people who flare up disc issues, whatever the fuck's going on with their back. That's going to get flared up big time. Some people definitely won't be fit enough to make it through this. All right, so we go to Series C. Okay, so this is a nice ab series. We've got bicycles and crunches. 2 exercises that I have not used in probably, I don't know, 15 years, okay? Crunches are ill-advised, for sure. Okay, and then we rest. I mean, if you just look at the time of these things, 45 seconds of bicycles, crunches for 45 seconds. I don't know who can do this. Okay, and then our cool down is butt kicks and side squats. So, okay, so that's day 1. Day 2 here, it's more of the same. Seated resistance, band rows, okay, glute bridge, standing resistance, band curls, and band pull-aparts. So just kind of interesting pairings here. I don't really understand the thought process in starting with a, you know, sort of a minimal upper body exercise, and then going into something kind of more of a primary exercise choice being the glute bridge, and then going into 2 very minor accessory exercises. So again, just super high volume here. That's it's just going to destroy people, right? So if you're wanting to destroy people and you're wanting to create that environment of like, are you tough enough? Then you want to do something like this. That's absolutely not what we are all about. We're about teaching people how to exercise the right way, how to exercise in a way that's truly enjoyable, and teach them that you don't have to punish yourself or injure yourself to be involved in a fitness program. So then we go into Series B. We've got chest press, face pulls, side squats, and band-resisted push-downs. So I would say this day 2 is definitely easier than day 1. I would question the choice to have face pulls and band pull-aparts in the same workout when you're getting in such an enormous amount of volume. I don't know why these people would need that. Resistance band reverse curls. Okay, so I'm thinking that even though we've already done bicep curls, so we're now going to reverse it and get that reverse curl. That is also very funny to me, simply because, what is the functionality of that? What is the purpose? You have to, again, you always have to go back to who your target is and what is going to fit them. How are you going to meet their needs, and how are you going to meet them at where they are? The only thing we're really getting out of, let's see, so we did 60 reps of curls in the first series, and then we're going to do another 45. So what is that, 105 repetitions of direct bicep work? The only thing you're doing there is flaring up people's tendinitis that they didn't even know they had. We've got Palloff press. Oh my goodness. 3 sets of 20 Palloff press. That is an obscenely large amount, and I can only imagine was programmed by somebody who's never done a Palloff press before. Cool down, we've got hamstring scoops and crossbody toe touches. This at least feels a little bit more like a cool down than the other day. Okay, and then if we're progressing forward, week 2, week 3, let's see here. Okay. So we have an interesting mixing of the exercises. So we see the kettlebell swings and kettlebell curls start to populate in day 2 of the following week. And then the med ball work appears in that series A, again for just like really, really high volume. Med ball front raise. I like the choice of the med ball a lot more in terms of that most med ball work is very foolproof. It's also fun. So I definitely like that. My critique will remain the same throughout, which is the volume's extremely high. When we get into that Series A of day 2, kettlebell goblet squat, good choice. I would have put that in week 1. But we've still got, a bunch of super duper technical exercises that people can hurt themselves on. And just, I think, way too many exercises overall. Like, you're going to be coaching nonstop during this session. Moving into the 3rd week, introducing a bunch of lunge work. Med ball slams seem to kind of migrate down. And then let's see what happens here. So the split squats. Yeah, I just am not tracking how this person is progressing the exercises forward. For the first few weeks, it looks like that day 1 then goes to day 2 of the following week. But then for the 3rd week, he doesn't do that in the week 4. So I'm really not following the logic of the program. It seems, just more like kind of struggling to make sense of where the exercises go and why. So that's my feedback on these 2. We have a lot of work to do, and, I wanted to share this because it's so important as you're learning when you're in school or as you are a new strength coach to make sure that you are doing everything before you ask other people to do it. And you need to always have that touchstone on understanding what your fitness level is or your strength level, and how that compares to the group that you're working with at the time. And that means they could be, if you're working with elite athletes, right, they can be way fitter, way stronger than you are. Okay, you need to know that and understand that. But most times you'll be working with athletes that are younger and less developed, or just general population that has a whole host of problems that are going on. And you need to be able to sort of pull yourself off your little ivory tower, right? And get down and understand what they actually need that's going to make exercise enjoyable for them. So two pretty different programs, and I really thank these guys for putting this together.